Check, check, check. Welcome, soccer fans, to beautiful Bighorn High School. Today, in a 4A East matchup, we welcome the visiting Lady Bison of Cheyenne South over here to Bighorn High School to take on the Sheridan Lady Broncs. At this time, I ask you all rise, remove cover, and face the flag for the singing of our national anthem. Today, singing our national anthem is Sheridan High School senior Molly McGarrett.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed when the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming.
Thank you to Miss Molly McGarrett. Now let's meet our starting lineups. We will begin with the visiting Lady Bison of Cheyenne South. In the goal today, number 0, sophomore Willow Kotiska.
Nope, you're on the wrong one.
Oh, sorry, excuse me, I have the wrong team. How about number 95, Gabby Cortez? Sorry about that. Number 1, a sophomore, number 1, Layla Munoz. Number 3, a senior, Millie Cordova. Number 10, a senior, Lawson Quist. A senior, number 11, Madison Morales. A junior, number 14, Vanessa Gonzalez. A sophomore, number 16, Aliana Pacheco. A junior, number 18, Camila Vasquez. A junior, number 19, Michaela McLaury. A sophomore, number 21, Natalia Sturber. And a senior, number 24, Bo Martinez. The Lady Bison are coached by Brendan McHenry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's your starters for your Sheridan Lady Broncs. At goalie, sophomore, number 0, Willow Kotiska. A senior, number 1, Avery McMullen. A senior, number 2, Avery Van Krossick. A junior, number 4, Ella Ballou. A sophomore, number 6, Savannah Child. A senior, number 10, Juliet Kane. A junior, number 14, Sydney Warnicki. A junior, number 16, Sydney Zabrowski. A junior, number 19, Danny Grooms. A junior, number 24, Parker Tridy. And a freshman, number 26, Anna Tarver. Your Lady Broncs are coached by Josh Doobie.
On. And a good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to some Lady Bronc soccer, our second weekend of Lady Bronc soccer, live streaming here on SheridanMedia.com, Sheridan Media Facebook page, and the Sheridan Media YouTube page as well. James Timberlake on the call here with you, and Stephen Schreffler alongside me.
Howdy.
Coleman Hanchant doing our video broadcast here tonight. Not necessarily the friendly confines for the Sheridan Lady Broncs, but not too far down the road. They had to vacate their home stadium in order to let the Sheridan track and field team participate in their event that they had today. So we're down in Bighorn, and the Sheridan Lady Broncs are hosting the Cheyenne South Lady Bison here today. Cheyenne South, they have yet to play a game. This is their first game of the season here this weekend, and last year they went 2-9-4. Sheridan coming off a very dominant victory over Worland last weekend, and looking to capitalize on that as well. Sheridan will also play tomorrow against Laramie. That one will kick off at noon. That one will be back up at Sheridan High School, and we'll have that one live for you here on SheridanMedia.com, as well as the Sheridan Media Facebook page and the Sheridan Media YouTube channel as well. We're just about ready to go for kickoff here as Sheridan has the ball at the halfway point, and we are underway here from Bighorn. I'll give you the starters as we get the ball moving here. Willow Koltiska will start in goal. Avery McMullen will be the midfielder / forward as we're getting an attack here up on the right side, looking for a cross to an open person, and it goes straight to the hands of the goalkeeper for South, Gabby Cortez. Avery Von Krosik will start at the defensive side, where number 2, Ella Ballou, will also start. Savannah Child, Juliet Kane, Sydney Warnicki, Sydney Zabrowski, Danny Grooms, Parker Tridy, and Anna Tarver round out the starters for Sheridan. They have another attack moving forward here up on the left side, and a cross in, but cleared out nicely by a South defender. It's going to go out wide, but controlled, but actually kicked out, and it will be a goal kick for Cheyenne South. Speaking of Cheyenne South, let's get their starters. Gabby Cortez in goal. We mentioned her already. Layla Munoz, Millie Corduo, Lawson Quist, Madison Morales, Vanessa Gonzalez, Eliana Pachenko, Camila Vasquez, Michaela McLaury, Natalie Sturberg, and Mo Martinez are the starters for Cheyenne South, and they'll sub out continuously throughout the game. And we'll get the goal kick here. Short kick to the center back. We're going to have a high press here from Sheridan, as they were doing that kind of all last weekend as well.
James was about to say that Sheridan, just like last week, is keeping up the intensity, keeping up the pressure, and keeping them deep in their own territory.
Yeah, if there was any inclination that they were going to change tactics from last week, it has not shown so far. They like to push it up forward defensively and try to get some interceptions in the opposing end and capitalize off of those, as we're seeing Cheyenne South move it forward here. They're going to get it into the opposing half, but Sheridan has a lot of defenders back, and played nicely there by the defender Avery Von Krosik on that one to clear it up forward, and now South is going to send it down. Willa Koltiska is going to come to it, and she's going to be able to grab hold of it and find one of her Lady Broncs on her side to clear out of this one. We'll get a goal kick right to the midfield.
Excellent kick there by
Yep.
Willow Koltiska.
And we're going to have an immediate attack from it. Sydney Warnicki coming up the right side, as she had a couple goals last week in herself. I believe she had a hat trick, if I'm not mistaken, and an assist. She was moving up at the right side on that one, but now it's controlled by Cheyenne South, and they're going to clear it away out of play. We'll have a throw in here for Sheridan. And the throw in go to Sheridan midfielder here, Anna Tarver with it. And she's, I believe we're going to have a foul called on Sheridan, so we'll get a free kick from Cheyenne South. A lot nicer weather than this time last week.
Yes, much.
For soccer weather, anyways.
I'm not sure if tomorrow will be the same, though.
No. I don't think we'll have snow on the ground, but it won't be this warm, I don't think. We actually have the window open here, which I don't think we'll be doing that tomorrow.
High chance
afternoon.
of rain tomorrow, at least.
Which that might be a lot of fun.
We'll be back in Sheridan for tomorrow's broadcast.
And the track meet will have wrapped up. Actually, this track meet probably wrapped up by the time this game actually started, but everybody will clear that one. We'll be back at Sheridan High School for that matchup against Laramie. As Sheridan and Cheyenne South here battling in the midfield. Both teams trying to gain control. Cheyenne South yet to really have an attack in the opposing end in the Lady Broncs area. Sheridan's got at least one shot on target here so far. As the throw in from Sheridan, still at the midfield. Cheyenne South being pretty aggressive themselves with a couple intersections. Some errant passes from Sheridan here so far. Has helped out Cheyenne South a little bit. Like that one right there. And now Cheyenne South is going to have an attack moving forward, but good recovery defensively there believe that was Sydney Zabrowski on that one. And now moving forward, Sheridan with it. It's Parker Tridy, who's going to have it in the midfield, looking for Sydney Warnick. He may have been offside. No, they're going to call her onside, but nonetheless, it was intercepted. Now Cheyenne's going to have it. They're going to move forward. Passing out wide. Pretty good through ball, or a pretty good out wide pass there. Natalie Sturberg has it here for Cheyenne, but defended nicely once again by the Sheridan defense.
Good decision there by number 19, Danny Grooms, to pass that back to the goalie or keeper to have a nice play set up on the left side.
Kind of started all over. I saw the Sheridan coach down there kind of telling his girls to slow it down maybe a little bit, relax, as we're getting a nice attack here. Two Sheridan players actually almost ran into each other right there. That is improper spacing. And we're going to have maybe an offside. It looked like offsides call against Sheridan. Sheridan had some trouble last week dealing with not just the offsides call. They were pretty good in terms of offsides, avoiding that, but they were dealing with a couple of fouls last week, and both teams were actually. They were fouling quite a bit against Worland.
More than you would probably like to see.
There was one thing that you could say Sheridan needed to improve from last week, and after they both teams won 2 clean sheets, bunch of goals. It would be the fouls that were committed by both teams. None that really led to anything necessarily, but better teams are going to take advantage of those fouls, obviously. Throw in here from Cheyenne. Cheyenne South, they're moving forward with it. In the attacking area for Sheridan. Good defense there by the Sheridan defender. Control it, keep it on the sideline, then get it out. And now they're going to move forward with it. Sydney Warnke is going to come up. She came all the way down, basically playing the right wing back position. Now she's going to move forward into her right wing spot, looking for a couple of openings. Avery McMullen moving forward in front of her. Also kind of playing an attacking midfielder, and Cheyenne's going to clear it. We'll get a throw in from Sheridan. Throw in goes to Tridy. Back to Warnicky, and now McMullen has it. Good moves, good footwork by McMullen. She's going to try to find a cross. Is going to send one in. No one really there for Sheridan, though. Cheyenne South trying to clear it, but struggling to get it out of their own end. But now somewhat comfortably here, but they're going to have to kick it out, and it's going to be, again, another throw in here for Sheridan.
Good pressure over there from Ella Ballou over on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it feels like the wingers for Sheridan are also playing a little bit of actual defense. Yeah. I mean, they come back and like to play some defense themselves, and if they're pressed up high enough, they'll get in and try to make a tackle. Another throw in here for Sheridan. They're going to try to send it forward. Cheyenne South so far been very effective intercepting the ball. They just haven't been able to move forward with it yet.
Good passing.
Good passing
from Cheyenne.
From Cheyenne South. It looked like I would have said there was a foul there, but no call. And a through ball attempt, but it's going to go a little too much power and send it right into the hands of Willow Goltiska. Willow Goltiska's got a leg on her. She can send it all the way upfield.
I think both times she's kicked it there, it's made it to the 50 or farther.
The 50, yeah. She had it right at the 50 right there from her own goal zone. She's got a leg. Julia Kane with it here in the midfield. She's going to pass it, then get the ball back. And Julia Kane's going to have basically all day to find and let her team get open over in the middle. And then a crossing pass, a shot on target, and it goes wide, man.
From this position, it almost looked like that might have went in.
Ella Ballou is going to want that one back because that was open net essentially right there, but she sends it just a little wide from that left wing spot. She was coming in. That was a great cross from Juliet Kane as well.
Good setup, good pass.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just left the foot just on an awkward angle there.
Awkward angle. Sends it a little wide, and Sheridan will leave goalless, but still attacking here. They had a throw in right there. Good defense being played again by the attackers here for Sheridan. Some high up the press defensive play.
High kick, maybe?
And, yeah, we'll get a foul call against Sheridan. I'm not actually, I guess you could be right.
Maybe against Danny Grooms.
Yep.
Foot just a little high on that kick.
So Cheyenne South will have the free kick. Taken by Lawson Quist here, wearing the captain's armband as well for Cheyenne here in the midfield. She's going to send away, try to find a teammate, but a good interception there by Parker Tridy and just a little too much power on the initial touch. But Sheridan still has control of it, but pressure being put on by South. Down on the far side of your screen here. It's going to go out of play. It's going to be South's ball with a throw-in on or incoming. Have you ever been out here, Bighorn High School, for one of these games? Not necessarily soccer, but football or anything like that?
For football, yeah, for football.
It is a nice, I mean, they have a great facility.
Yeah.
And it's right at the base of the mountains, too. It's beautiful. Big thanks to them as well for letting the Lady Broncs come in and play a couple soccer games today.
You're not wrong. What a view.
It's great.
It is gorgeous out here.
Warnicki's going to come down. She's got the corner. She's going to try to kick it off the leg of the defender, and she'll get a corner kick out of it. So we'll see. Looks like Parker Tridy's going to have this one, I believe. Yeah, Parker Tridy on the kick, on the corner kick here. Sheridan setting up far post with Avery McMullen on the near post, kind of crowding the keeper. The cross comes in, but it goes right to the foot of a South defender. Good ball fake there. She tries to clear up, but blocked nicely again by McMullen. Tridy's going to try to get on top of it, but it goes to a South defender. We're back up to the midfield where Sheridan's defenders are able to have the soccer ball here. Now it's going to go out wide to Ella Ballou. She's going to have a shot here. Fake shot. No, offside is called.
Oh.
Flag came up.
She was wanting that one right there.
Those are the ones that you look over to check and see if you're onside, and if the flag's up, your heart sinks.
Cheyenne South doing a really good job marking up on their person, staying close to the body, not giving them much space in the times where Sheridan really wanted it.
Not allowing Sheridan to really dominate the midfield like they did last week, like Sheridan did last week. Willow Coltisca with a bit of a mishit there for the trying to clear it away, and now Cheyenne's going to have an attack. A couple people on here for them. Good recovery defense there by Sheridan. Willow Coltisca just kind of a little bit of a miskick. She was trying to clear it out of her zone, but we'll get a corner here for Cheyenne South after the recovery.
Good option just to take that one out of bounds. So
full recovery there, yeah.
Yeah, full recovery.
We'll see the cross here on the monitor. We don't have the corner, but you'll see the ball come flying in. And the ball is in and kind of bumping around here in the Sheridan area. Good defense played by Sheridan, though, not on that initial clear out, but they were able to get rid of it. Now they'll have a possible counterattack available. We do have a Cheyenne South player down. Looks like maybe a shoulder.
Avery McMullen and her, I believe, got tangled up somehow.
Yep. And the ball is kicked out for, looks like we'll have a stoppage here for the injured player for South. Looked like she was kind of holding her shoulder, collarbone kind of area on the right side. I can't see it. I don't have a number, so I don't know who it is.
Cheyenne keeper coming out of the area to come check on her.
We also have another one here for Cheyenne South. She's on the sideline here. She's got, it looks like she's got a bloody nose. What a hardcore start. We're going to have to put a stoppage to the action here because the sideline ref is saying, hey, we need to have a sub. Because one of the South players has got the bloody nose.
Quick time update. We got 27 minutes
25
left.
seconds. Yeah, 27 minutes, 25 seconds. So we'll get a reset on that that throw in, I would believe. And we did get a sub come in for the South player that did have the bloody nose. But the other one stayed in, who looked like her hurt her shoulder. She's still out there. She looks like she's doing it right.
That's
There's
good.
a bunch of random things happening all at once at that point. As we're underway here, we're actually going to get a goal kick for South. Another good goal kick. Couple good keepers here in terms of their ability to kick the ball downfield. South going to come away with the ball here. Another nice ball fake there. That was Lawson Quist once again. She's done a couple of those already. It's going to send down into the attacking area for South, but good defense there by Danny Grooms. She's going to send it forward, and Avery McMullen's going to have a race, see if she can get on top of it, and good defense there played by South. And McMullen's going to try to hunt the pass again, but South able to play it nicely. This one goes out of play. It's going to go to Cheyenne South.
That's good to see. McMullen's not afraid to get close to the body and get in there and really work for the ball.
McMullen playing hyper-aggressive. She did that last week as well. So it looks like she's playing a little bit more of a forward position than she did last week. Last week she was playing more up, a little bit more of a midfield, but she's looks like the lone striker for this unit right now. Sydney Warnicki going to go out wide as the winger, looking for another crossing option. She's going to cross it in, but it's going to go right to the feet of Cortez. McMullen looking for the rebound, but Cortez hops on top of it, and we'll get another goal kick.
McMullen was there ready for the cross, just didn't have the opportunity.
Didn't get Warnicki out with enough power underneath that one to give McMullen a real chance, but McMullen was hunting the rebound.
Good positioning, good, really everything from Sheridan right now.
I'm just looking for the one to go in. We'll get a throw in here a goal kick here for South. We have a couple or at least one sub coming in for Sheridan. And it looks like it's going to be Aaron Newton coming in for Anna Tarver. As Cheyenne South has their goal kick away, sending it upfield. Intercepted by Sheridan, but again, swarming the ball South right now whenever those quick interceptions happen. But Sheridan, a good recovery. That's Ballou on the ball there. She's going to find her left back coming up and making the surge forward. Send it back to another one of her teammates. And looking for Warnicki on the opposite side, but not enough power. Warnicki gets on it here, though. Back to one of her defenders, who's going to send it forward, and we'll get another throw-in.
The ball retrievers not having to contend with snow on the sidelines this week. That's got to be nice for them.
They probably like it a lot more here today than last week here in Sheridan. We're going to have a nice little build-up here. Sheridan with the ball. They're going to move forward with it, and looking for the offside call, but none taken, none given. Sheridan still with it in the midfield. Attacking zone of Cheyenne South. Got to find an opening to try to get a shot off. It's going to be Tridy with it here. It's going to be kicked back right into the feet of Sydney Warnicki, and she's going to take a shot, but it's going to go just wide. And that will be a corner, as it was Gabby Cortez tried to make the stop. Looks like in this game, Sheridan looks like they have almost a 4-5-1 they're playing as the cross is sent in. Shot taken, but that one goes wide as well. That was going to be a header, but looked like it just kind of missed the header. Went off the chest of the Lady Bronc attacker there and rolled just wide. Yeah, it looks like they're playing a little bit of a 4-5-1, if you will. Can make it a 4-3-3 with how Sydney Warnicki, and Ella Ballou play on the sides. But they've been playing a little bit further back in this game, so you can almost call them midfielders instead of wingers in this one. But McMullen has definitely been the striker at the start of this game.
Pushing way up there forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's been working for him so far.
Yeah, the difference so far in this game for Sheridan is they have not been able to dominate the midfield as they did against Worland, where they were kind of getting whatever they wanted off of those interceptions and having a bunch of counter-attacking space. We might have one here. A misplay by one of the defenders for Cheyenne South. Warnicki is going to be able to run this down. She's going to look for a cross immediately. Sends one in, but it goes a little high, and it's going to get out of play for a goal kick.
McMullen was in the air ready for that header. Just went a little too high for everyone.
She'll get up there one of those days and be able to knock that in. I don't think I ever want to learn. Like, heading a ball feels like something that...
It's got to be placed right.
Right.
On your head.
It's a common misconception because a lot of people will do it like the top of their head, and that's how you get headaches.
Yeah.
Not fun. It's a shot taken here by McMullen, but right at Gabby Cortez, who stops it nicely.
I always preferred getting back a little bit and letting your chest hit it and do a chest trap.
Chest trap, then it falls to your feet, and then you can hit it. Yeah. I don't think I could do a header voluntarily.
Got dizzy too many times from taking too many headers.
That makes sense.
Could be part of what's wrong with me.
You're one of the lone guys with the well, not the lone guys, but the head injuries from the headers from soccer.
Yeah, there we go. We'll blame it on that.
Yeah. One of the many things.
Many things.
Got about 21 minutes left here. We're in the 21st minute of this first half. Again, we go 40-minute halves here. So we'll get to halftime. We'll have about a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back out and do another 40-minute half. 0-0 score so far. Sheridan with a couple of chances in front of goal, a couple crosses. Gabby Cortez playing some pretty good keeping down there for Cheyenne South.
Sheridan has about 4 shots.
As we'll get another attack here from Ella Ballou, who's going to try to run this down. She's going to do it successfully. Cortez looked like she tried to go and get this one, but doesn't do it successfully. Parker Tridy is going to get the ball here after a deflection off of a South defender. And now they're just going to kind of reset, try to find somebody else. Good ball move there by Sheridan, and a shot, but it will go out wide for another goal kick. That was Danny Grooms with that ball fake and a shot attempt. I thought Ballou was going to try to have a shot after Cortez came out and looked like she was going to try to go for the ball, but
yeah,
a little too far away. As the goal kick is going to be defended nicely by Sydney Warnicki. She's going to be able to get on top of this, and now she's going to try to send a cross in. Low cross, shot by Tarver, but offside is actually called.
Cheyenne keeper calling that one
Yep.
out of bounds.
She saw it. Yeah, out of bounds, not offside. Excuse me. Yeah, it'll be a goal kick. Warnicki tried to save it at the last second, but it goes out of play. Warnicki coming up a little bit, limping a little bit on that right leg. Hopefully she's all right. Cheyenne South will move it up the field on the goal kick. They got one wide open out wide. Von Krosik's going to try to run this down, but not going to get there in time. Left winger for South did have a wide open situation, but gave it away. That's Natalie Sturberg. Sheridan going to have the ball here again in the midfield. Give it away, though. Back to Cheyenne South. Moving it forward once again. Some good dribbling there. That's Lawson Quist once again. And Sheridan going to run this down into the corner and win a... That might come out as a corner. No, it's going to be a goal kick for Sheridan. So good defense there. That was Avery Von Krosik hugging the flag. Forcing that one out.
That was some good footwork, some good patience. Letting that one go through. Go out, I should say.
And that'll win them a free kick. Sheridan going to have it. McMullen gets control of it. Looking for a couple of teammates. Ella Ballou is wide open down on the left wing. She's calling for it. She's going to try to get the through ball. She does successfully. And a little too heavy of a touch, though. And it goes right back to the feet of Gabby Cortez.
That can be exciting. You got the touch. You ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready for that kick. And
then you get the lead in your foot.
Yep.
A little too much mustard on it.
I like the intensity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was calling for it. Sheridan going to win the goal kick back, though, back in the midfield. And it's Lexi Johnson who came on as a sub, and now it's broken up by South. And it'll be another goal kick for South.
Great game so far. 0-0,
yeah.
18 minutes left.
Good battle. Defensive battle here so far. Sheridan's had the opportunities, but just has not been able to put one past Cortez and into the back of the net. Couple of wide shots. Some errant crosses here and there, but the opportunities have been there. Sheridan's going to win this back after the goal kick. It's going to be McMullen with a chance. She's going to look for a shot opportunity, maybe for a teammate.
Lexi Johnson's right up front.
Yep. She was looking for it. She probably held on to that ball a little too long. And we're going to have a shot from Danny Grooms. This one's going to go wide. And it will be a goal kick once again. So goalkeeper for South, Cortez, been pretty busy so far here in this game with the goal kicks and a couple of saves. Again, the high pressure from Sheridan. They're going to immediately win this goal kick after the initial control from South. Now South's going to come forward with it after the interception. South still with control, still battling in the midfield. Lots of ball, not necessarily ball chasing because that usually has a negative connotation, but swarming, if you will, for Sheridan, especially in the midfield. But soccer, as they win it back here, the Lady Broncs do, it's just a weird game. Sometimes the bounces will go your way and you'll win, 8-0 like they did last weekend. Sometimes it doesn't. And you're stuck in a little bit of a stalemate here as we get a through ball. It might go right to the feet of Ballou. She's going to have an opportunity, but again, just too strong of a touch. And it goes out. We'll get another goal kick for South. That was a great pass. I believe that was McMullen that passed that.
Sheridan trying to put in a Savannah Child coming on the field.
She's going to come in for Avery Von Krosick. And we'll actually have a corner here for Sheridan on the opposite side. Corner taken, and opportunity. Again, still kind of bouncing around in the area, but South going to be able to get away and run away with it, but it's going to go right to the feet of a defender for Sheridan, but intercepted by South and kicked away out of play, so Sheridan will have a throw-in on the attacking side. And then give it away immediately. Miscommunication there between Ballou, Aaron Newton also, I believe, out there. Or, excuse me, Ballou and Sydney Warnicke. Got about 15 minutes left here in this first half. And for this broadcast, we want to thank Camco Federal Credit Union. They can help you finance the home you've been looking for. They also offer home equity lines of credit. You can come in today or apply online at CamcoFCU.com. Camco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, and equal housing lender, supporting Bronc and Lady Bronc soccer. Sharing with the attack again, Ella Ballou is going to have a shot opportunity, but knocked away by Gabby Cortez. Looked like that'll go down as a shot, but it looked like she was also kind of looking for Avery McMullen in the middle because McMullen had a wide open net right in front of her. Try to put that one in. So we'll have a corner here for Sheridan. This is where their best opportunities have come from. They'll line up on the far post once again. Avery McMullen crowding the keeper. Cross in, going a little bit high. And it's going to be knocked away by South. And then we have a collision right in the attacking area. That was just two people as the ball was bouncing, looking up at it and running without looking in front of them. And both the South player and Sheridan player ran into each other. They're okay, though. They're back up on the field.
That's good to see both players walking away
from
that
was a
collision like that.
Big collision. That looked like a football hit on a football field. The goal, or the free kick, excuse me, taken by South. They're going to have an opportunity here, but good defense there. That was Zabrowski who had that one defensively. Zabrowski who had it. Now Sheridan will come away with it in the midfield. They'll have a couple attacking options. Bad pass, though, there by Ballou, but jumped on by Parker Tridy. She's been all over the place here in this first game. We kind of saw this from McMullen in the first game where she was all over the place both offensively and defensively. Tridy's kind of taken the mantle in this game as that option in the midfield for the Lady Broncs. Anna McMullen here going to take away, speaking of, going to make a good defensive play as the striker. She can pass it off to Tridy. Tridy's going to look for an open option out wide. Finds one. That is Lexi Johnson on the outside. And going to try to cross it in, but knocked down by the South defender. Recovered again by Johnson. Sent out back behind to her right back. And Tridy's going to get control of it. Take a shot and knocked away by Cortez. Good deflection there.
What a save.
That was a good save by Gabby Cortez. Good build-up play by the Lady Broncs as well. We'll have another corner.
South defender doing a great job putting their body in front of the ball.
Yep.
Over here in the corner.
Again, just one of those things where ball bounced the way of Sheridan after that deflection. Be Tridy coming up, trying to put a good cross in. Lady Broncs again lining up far post on the initial break. Here comes the cross, and shot taken, but it's saved by Gabby Cortez. Once again, Cortez doing a very good job in between the pipes here in this first half. 12 minutes to go.
She was quick to get there. Wow.
As Goal kick taken. Sheridan going to try to come down and control it. And will go out of play on the far side of the field off of Cheyenne South. So we'll get a throw in for Sheridan once again. Throw in by Sheridan. Thrown to Tridy, but not controlled. And now Sheridan will come away with it after the interception. Sheridan looking for a little bit more of a through pass. Lexi Johnson looking for it that way, but Cheyenne South able to get on top of it, and then it's going to be knocked away, and Sheridan will have it once again on a throw-in here in the attacking area of Cheyenne South. Savannah Child with it here. Looking for the midfielder, looking for one of her midfielders. Julia Kane with it. She's going to try to find Ella Ballou, who's up forward on the left wing, but knocked away nicely again by South. South, again, playing some pretty good defense. But this kind of just feels like one of those bend, don't break situations for South because Sheridan's had a ton of opportunities in this attacking third. Bunch of corners, bunch of shots on target. Just have yet to capitalize on it here with the 0-0 score, 10th minute. 10 minutes left to go, 10 minutes 45 seconds. We will have a couple subs really quickly coming in. Von Krosik's going to come back on, as well as Sydney Warnicki. Lexi Johnson coming off. And I believe Savannah Child will come off. Or, excuse me, Paisley Hewlett will come off.
Like I said, Cheyenne doing a great job tagging up on their player and keeping Sheridan pretty well covered.
We'll have the short corner here. Parker Trady will get it back, try to take a shot. Oh, man, that's off the crossbar of the field goal post. That was a little bit lower. That would have been a strike.
Crossbar and up.
That was. She put a laser onto that.
Had a little curve.
That was a good shot. Yeah, that was a little bit lower. That would have been a really nice goal. But it goes a little high. So now goal kick for Cheyenne South. And Sheridan, again, with the high pressure, will get a throw-in for South. Sheridan thought it was going to be a throw-in for them, but South is the one who win that throw-in. Sheridan, though, immediately after the throw-in will come away with it. Ballou is going to have it, and Avery McMullen going to come up and win it herself as well. She's going to fall back a little bit, look for a couple players in the midfield if possible, but then lose it, and she's going to come all the way back, try to play some defense, and it's going to go out of bounds. Sheridan will retain possession here at the halfway, the midfield, if you will. Parker Tridy's going to have it. She's going to try to send one through to Sydney Warnicki, but defended nicely by Cheyenne South. And now it will go out of play on the far side once again. And Sheridan will have another throw-in. Pretty good turnout here for Sheridan as well with the change of venue. Still a home game technically, but just a little bit down the road here in Bighorn. Again, thank you to Bighorn for not only allowing us to broadcast from their stadium, but also allowing the Lady Broncs to come down and occupy the stadium here tonight.
Nice little change of scenery this evening.
Mm-hmm. As we'll have a foul against Cheyenne South. We'll have a free kick coming for Sheridan in a little bit of a dangerous area. Just past the midfield point, and the free kick taken, defended, but Avery McMullen is going to have a shot opportunity and put it into the back of the net. A goal for Avery McMullen.
That setup play, that set piece right there was what Sheridan needed and was looking for. McMullen doing a good job getting right up there, right up front, and putting that one in.
First goal of the night for Sheridan. After a bunch of opportunities, Sheridan leading 1-0 here in this first half.
When McMullen's right up front, you really got to pressure her when she's inside the box.
Yeah, she wants to be on top of the ball. Whenever possible, she is going to find that opportunity. She's very good at winning those, playing good up front, and making it difficult for defenders to try to get rid of the ball, because she will make the tackle needed or the interception to get the ball in her hands, or at her feet, I should say, and make the opportunity worth it.
as the keeper, you kind of got to motion or tell your defenders, hey, this person right here, too close.
I don't know how often we get double teams in soccer. Probably not very often, but McMullen might be worthy of the call.
Yep.
But then again, Cindy Warnicke, she had the hat trick last weekend as well. So a very good attacking front for Sheridan, as we've seen over these last 2 weekends.
For the Sheridan girls and boys, that's kind of the key note there is pressure.
Yeah, they
Keep
like
them
to.
forward and keep them on their toes.
Both teams like to press forward with their attackers and play some high pressure defense, and it hasn't hurt them. Yeah, I mean, a clean sheet last weekend. Lady Broncs winning 1-0 here. About 6:45 to go in this first half, and South, they've had a couple opportunities, but not nearly as many as Sheridan has had so far in this game. And they're going to get a possible opportunity here, actually. Now South with it after the interception. We're going to get a foul. I'm surprised that's not a foul. I thought that was called. Is that not called a foul?
No foul called.
No foul called. Wow.
Sheridan player coming over there to assist them up. So
Good sportsmanship.
definitely tell the Sheridan player was going for the ball there.
Yeah, okay. I'll take your word for it.
But
I thought it was a foul. But
I think there was definitely body contact.
If not, it was a good feint.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's part of the art. Goal kick will go to Sheridan. And Warnicke going to have an open situation here. No offsides call. Warnicke coming forward. Going to have an open goal situation. But again, a little too much of a touch. Cortez puts her body on the line to get rid of it and kick it out of play. And does successfully, but
seems to be down.
yeah, takes the brunt of it there.
Cheyenne South.
Team's rallying around her a little bit. Cortez is still down. Legs and everything are moving. She just looks like she's in a bit of pain, obviously, after a collision like that. He is expected. She really put her body on the line for that one. Warnicke was coming forward, trying to get the opportunity on the one-on-one against Cortez. Cortez up and moving around. We'll see if she can continue in this game. But yeah, that was a big collision. Warnicke is up and okay. She's walking around with it. She delivered the blow more than received it.
Cheyenne South, the bad side of the coin, bad luck tonight as far as
collisions go.
Collisions.
Yeah, Warnicke looked like a safety right there. Unintentionally, obviously.
Well, you see the numbers, you see the football numbers, the lines.
Yeah.
You get excited.
You're like, oh, I'm wearing a helmet and pads. Let's lower the shoulder. Cortez is okay though. She's up. She looks like she wants to try to continue in this game. We'll see what the ruling is. We'll see if the referee comes over and yeah, it looks like they're gonna force her to come off.
That was
just a little bit of a.
I do think she got some head contact.
Yeah,
there.
A little head injury possibility, a little head injury scare maybe.
Even though you want to continue, sometimes it's not always the best play.
Don't want to risk that part of it. Yeah. They'll be upset, obviously, but
doing a fantastic job out there though for Cheyenne South.
Yeah. We'll see what the play is. It looks like South. They're kind of arguing it here a little bit.
If I had to guess, they were saying she says she's okay to play.
Yeah.
At what point do you leave that up to the player?
Well, and I think the referee is saying we want to take her out. We just don't have. And we're kind of just guessing at this point, but what I'm assuming the South coach is saying is essentially, hey, she wants to stay in, let her stay in. We don't really have the players to put in another goalkeeper, you know?
All this coming from the body language.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of trying to read body language here. Now the referees will confer about it as well.
Cheyenne South coach facing away from us, so we can't even read the lips.
Well,
at this
he's
point,
got hat on, a hood on as well. I'm we're just guessing.
Yeah.
And it looks like we are going to have someone for South be able to come in briefly, if at all. Yeah. I'm thinking because if it's a ruling by the referee as something that's a head injury, if you will, and we'll get it. Actually, the manager here just got I believe it's a yellow card because of the delay of game as well.
Mm-hmm.
But now Gabby Cortez is going to be able to come back in. Interesting situation and an interesting
good spirit.
Group of events. Yeah.
Good spirit, good determination there from the keeper from Cheyenne South.
If anything, we got a couple minutes till halftime. About 5 minutes and 35 seconds. Cortez is going to stay in the game. She's going to take a goal kick here. Look for one of her teammates. She's ready to go. South wins the goal kick. And we'll have an immediate foul by South against South. Lawson Quist was the one who fouled there.
Game getting physical all of a sudden.
Again, nothing intentional that we've seen so far,
Yeah.
obviously. But, yeah, I mean, two teams. We've seen Sheridan get pretty physical before, so they like to be pretty physical on the offensive side. We're going to have an opportunity here, but, again, nice defensive play by Cheyenne South. We'll get another corner kick for Sheridan. We'll want to see them put one of these in because they've had opportunities with these balls flying in. Some perfectly executed corners. Just not been able to put them in as the corner comes in from Tridy, but Gabby Cortez, good defense there. She's going to come out and catch it, try to throw it down, look for a teammate and try to get a counterattack going. But Sheridan going to be able to sniff it out in the midfield, and they're going to try to find Avery McMullen, who does have an opening, and she's going to try to take a shot, and goes wide once again.
Just by a foot or two.
Just
right there on the
wide,
side.
yep. Cortez didn't really have a shot at it. So if that was just a little bit more to the left, that would have found the back of the net. 4 minutes to go here in this first half. City Warnicke going to come back in as well.
This intense game of soccer brought to you by Farmers Co-op, Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing, First Bank of Wyoming, Kilpatrick Creations, and ERA Carroll Realty.
We also would like to thank Range. Got to remember, cyber attacks don't just put your data at risk, they can also put your productivity at risk as well. Range Managed IT Services gives you a full suite of data protection. Let the Range experts take care of your company's cyber security. Supporting youth sports in Sheridan County and beyond, you can go online to range.net for more information. South going to have a throw in here on the near side, still in their defensive area. Throw-in's going to be won by City Warnicke, but goes right to the foot of a South defender.
I know Sheridan's been putting on the pressure, but with a close game like this is still anyone's game.
Absolutely. They're probably pretty substantially winning the possession battle, I would imagine, like they were last week. But, again, they don't have the lead like they did last week. And if you give up the ball in the midfield, at a certain point, it can come back and hurt you. But nothing yet. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Avery McMullen's going to have an opportunity here, and a shot taken, but again, it goes a little high. So it'll be off target, but they've gotten close, probably a little bit more than 10 shots here in this first half. Whereas South, one maybe two, I would say.
Yeah. Cheyenne keeper looking with it, looking aware, looking good out there. It's good to see after such a head contact like that.
As a shot's taken here from City Warnicke, but again, saved by Cortez right to the feet of Gabby Cortez. Good Sheridan playing incredibly aggressive on the attack when defending. And now we'll have a through ball. Great through ball there by Cheyenne South, but two defenders swarm for the Lady Broncs. That was a perfect pass.
Good job by Sheridan shutting that down. Two players really taking care of business for their keeper.
That was Natalia Sturberg, who I believe made that pass. That was a perfect through ball, but snuffed out by the Sheridan Lady defenders. Sydney Zabrowski and I believe Danny Grooms were on top of that one. Two center backs, if you will. We'll have a corner here for South. Corner taken, and right to the feet of Grooms. She kicks it away. Sheridan going to try to find a counterattack here with about a minute to go. Sydney Warnicki moving forward with it, looking for a couple of teammates. She's going to try to send it down to McMullen. McMullen's going to race down and try to get to it. Oh, that was close. The South defender was kind of holding up a little bit. Yeah, she was trying to hold up a little bit to try to let the ball roll into the goal box, the keeper box. It nearly cost her. Now Sydney Warnicki's going to win the ball after the goal kick, and we'll actually get a foul against Sheridan, it looked like. So we'll get a free kick for Cheyenne South.
Avery McMullen with a nice header. She was faced the wrong direction, had a nice backwards head motion, moving the ball forward.
About 30 seconds to go here in this first half. So we'll have a couple more kicks before we get to halftime. So it'll be more or less a Hail Mary for South before the half ends. Sheridan going to win the header, but then it's going to go to the feet of Cheyenne South. And now McMullen will have a chance to send it forward. Looking for Sydney Warnicki. She's going to control it. 5 seconds to go before the clock runs out. Parker Tridy with it. Looking for Ellie Ballou. She's going to have it, but the clock will run out. And that will end the first half here in Bighorn. Sheridan leading 10, or excuse me, I almost said 10-0. That would be exponential. No, 1-0 here at the half. And we'll be back here in just a couple minutes. We'll head to break. Again, Sheridan leading 1-0. We'll be back with more Lady Bronc soccer here on SheridanMedia.com, Sheridan Media Facebook page, and Sheridan Media YouTube channel.
Much different game than all the long balls that we had last year.
Yeah, all the goal kicks to face down to Sheridan the whole time. Are you still just chilling? Yeah. You up on the monitor in hand?
Yeah, I moved this down here so I can just put my hand here.
There you go.
The goal came at 32 minutes into the first half. Right at the 8-minute mark. I couldn't, because of this wire that isn't making good connection, I couldn't shut it off. It was about 8:02 when it was net. I didn't shut it off until 7:56. Oh, 32 minutes in. Was there an assist on that goal score?
I don't think so. I think it was just McMullen.
McMullen scored an assist?
I think so.
How many shots do you think they had on goal?
I had Sheridan at 9.
How many corner kicks do we got?
4, 5, I think.
board out. Strategies. Well, the wind's not a factor. The flag is hanging straight down after on the pole. So it's a pleasurable evening, just like last evening was nice. Once the sun went down, and the second softball game was very mild. The first game the wind was blowing pretty good, but it was more like 70, 73s, 78. Gotta show up the last 40.
Wishing I wouldn't have broken my glasses today.
You broke your glasses?
Yeah. I was taking my Jeep in, dropping it off.
Yeah.
And my wife picked me up to bring me back to the station. And I see like a piece of plastic go flying on my glasses.
Oh, hell.
And I get out of the car, I'm like, babe, that's my glasses.
You got a camera guy on the roof?
No, not today.
We were thinking about
Right
it,
here.
Yeah.
with the weather being uncertain, we didn't want to put somebody up there with the rain, obviously.
More so for the gear.
Well, yeah, and
Just
there's
joking.
yeah.
I take offense to that.
Yeah. Common.
You're mostly aimed to the right. Sheridan's offensive direction.
Oh yeah. I've just
Now-
been
now
sitting
just
up
the opposite.
here looking at this. And
Now just the opposite. You have to aim it that way,
yeah,
mostly.
which will be better because I'll actually be able to see what's going on off screen. Yeah, I've just been leaning up against this wall the entire time, looking at the little screen.
Is there another camera in use or just yours?
Just mine.
The nice thing about
Set around 8-ish.
Yeah.
definitely earlier than last week.
The boy girl get a whole lot of stuff. We don't have many of those.
No, they Kevin was telling me that every conference game,
Next to 20 yesterday, it was a good girl.
there's a conference game there, Kevin's spot. And they swap.
I don't miss the baseball.
Did you start at the graphics?
Monday.
Next Monday?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Monday enough days to work for us too.
Yeah. I told him that I can't do Friday afternoon, so I could do games and stuff.
Now we are gonna have a few days where we have soccer and baseball on the same days. Would you want me to see if, so you don't have to do both? You want me to see if Grant can do some of those baseball games or vice versa?
If they're overlapping, yeah.
Yeah. They're not. We will have a few overlaps.
Yeah, we'll have to make a
But
plan.
like, do you want 2 in one day? I mean, that's more hours for you, but I don't know. What time do you work at Alpha?
It starts at 8:30, and then I can just tell her when I need to get off. Or,
I'll let
yeah,
you know
sure.
ahead of time.
If
when
they
the
don't
schedule's-
overlap, that'll be fine.
Now, the overlapping ones will obviously have to get Grant in the mix.
I don't know how many of those we have. I'll have to look at the calendar again. I think it's only 1 or 2.
And you're gonna have to go from a long baseball game into a soccer game.
It's gonna be out until 11 p.m.
Whatever though, you know?
Double baseball game.
More money for us.
True. True that.
Are you doing the Tuesday game?
Is it on the road or here? Or in Sheridan?
Softball.
Oh no, we were gonna do
Softball girls play on Tuesday.
yeah, Kevin will play
That's,
with
that's
that
all
one.
Kevin's done.
Kevin's
Yep.
the commander of the softball.
But trust me, next year we might be
I was
doing softball.
actually gonna mention that.
Yeah, 'cause We got troopers start next week.
Yeah.
Bob actually mentioned softball.
Yeah, it's starting next week.
Seems early.
Yep. Well, looking for an early start to get April.
It always catches me off guard too.
I guess it is April.
It always starts earlier and then ends earlier than I realized. It ends like late July.
Feels like March just started. Now it's
You gotta catch up.
The goal pretty much exactly at the end of March. It was tough to shut big man with that faulty connection line.
probably because I had spring break.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I said it's probably because I had spring break.
And it was snowing during spring break.
Yeah.
During spring break, you were applying for a job.
Kind of, in a way. I wasn't I didn't even apply for it. I just was offered it. And I was just like, sure, I'll take it.
During spring break, you got a job. That's how you know spring break is really over.
And it's,
Forever.
yeah, it was funny because I was dog sitting, and then I was offered the job by the lady who I was dog sitting for. And I was just like, sure, I'll take it.
Is she one of the owners?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Her and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's two of them.
Yeah, the Gales.
All right.
It's cool too because they work with the college for my business program that I'm doing now too.
No. No, you're killing it. We're flowing well off of one another. And that's all that matters. That's right. That wasn't. Somebody getting arrested.
Oh, we must have another foul.
Oh no, here comes the cop car. All right, ready?
And welcome back to Lady Bronc Soccer. We're just about ready to get our second half away here. Sheridan leading 1-0 after the first half. Sheridan had a bunch of shots on target. Finally got one to go in the 32nd minute of that first half. It was Avery McMullen with the goal to take that 1-0 lead. And once the whistle goes here, we will start the second half as the referee checking his linesman, making sure everything's good. And we are underway here for the second half. South will start with the ball. And immediately Sheridan will force a turnover, and they're going to move forward, try to get the attack going early. Looking for a couple of teammates. Parker Tridy out there is the midfielder. Lost it initially, but now Sheridan will have it once again. Sheridan really looking for the possible through balls to a couple of teammates. And Avery McMullen's immediately going to have a shot on target, and goal scored.
Great pressure, great early goal there in the second half from Sheridan.
That was a goal by Avery McMullen.
Number 2 for the game.
Number 2 for the game. And Cortez maybe got a little too greedy on the push-up to try to get on top of the ball. Play a little bit of a sweeper-keeper, but Avery McMullen capitalized on the goalkeeper coming out, and a goal scored by McMullen. So a 2-0 lead now for Sheridan. A quick strike just here in the first minute.
Both players not scared to play close to the body.
Very true. Yeah, Cortez went down a little bit earlier after a collision with Sydney Warnicki, but after a couple minutes she was all right and good to go. But has conceded her second goal of the day here. Now Sheridan going to have it back in their own end, looking for a way to get rid of it. But South going to win it. No, Sheridan going to be able to control it once again. Try to kick it forward here out of their own defensive area. Ella Ballew's going to have it. Passing back to her left back. Still kind of battling it out here in the attacking area of Sheridan, or of South. And now Sheridan going to have an opportunity. No, it's going to be too far of a through ball here sent sent by Parker Tridy. She was trying to find a couple of Lady Broncs that were kind of hugging that offsides line, but through ball sent with a little too much weight on it. And now they'll battle for it in the midfield once again. South going to come away with it here relatively comfortably, but then the clearance was going to be made, and it goes out of play, actually, for a throw-in. Throw-in's going to go to McMullen. McMullen's going to have it, looking for a teammate here. A little bit of a miss, kick, not enough power on it, looking for the through ball, but now through ball here from Sheridan. We're going to have another one-on-one, and Sheridan going to score once again. That time, Juliet Kane. I believe that will go down as an assist for McMullen as well. And Kane with the goal. So quickly a 3-0 lead for Sheridan after a long first half for Sheridan struggling to find the back of the net. They found it twice here in the first 3 minutes of the second half to make it a 3-0 game. Dominant so far second half for Sheridan. Forcing the turnovers like they were doing it last week. But this time capitalizing on them a lot more effectively. A couple of goals to show for it. We'll have a throw in here for South. Down in their own end. Kind of a dangerous throw, but recovered by South. They're going to send it forward. Sheridan, good defense being played once again. Avery McMullen's going to get on top of it, and she will have the ball in her own area, or in the opposing area. Shot will be taken as it was kind of cleared, but it'll go out of play. It'll be a goal kick for South.
Second half of this soccer game from Sheridan brought to you by some of our sponsors: Candlewood Suites, Sheridan College, Security State Bank, and Waring Chevrolet.
Big thank you to our sponsors as always. Wouldn't be able to do this without them, especially coming down to Bighorn. Also a big thank you to Bighorn as well, allowing us to commandeer the press box here tonight and their stadium for some Lady Bronc soccer. In the Bronc and Lady Bronc track team had a meet today up at the Sheridan High School. That's why we're down in Bighorn for this game. But this should be the last time we'll have this game down here for this season anyways. Sheridan should have the rest of their games obviously up at the high school.
Nice to see some soccer right next to the mountains here.
Yeah, I mean, you're not kidding. It is a beautiful stadium for the Bighorn High School kids. South with a throw in here at about the midfield point. Actually, it'll be moved up just a little bit. The throw in taken, but it's going to go right to the feet of a Sheridan player. That was Juliet Kane who had it there initially. She's going to get on top of it once again. And again, a couple of bounces, and South is going to lose the ball here. And now moving forward, Kane with it once again. Good defense there, but again, ball dropped right to the feet of Kane after the deflection. Now a through ball. Warnicke going to have an opportunity to get to it, but a foul is going to be called against Sheridan, as both Warnicke and the South defender kind of went for it, and it's going to be called against Warnicke. The foul will be called against Warnicke as the defender for South kind of got there first. Was able to kick the ball back into Cortez's lap in between the pipes.
Sheridan continuing to bring intensity right in front of the net.
Yeah, lots of high pressure for this Lady Bronc team. They love to do that, as we've seen here in these first couple of games. Not making the, not putting the defense in too many bad situations. With a lot of the high pressure action, it's come and bared some fruit for them as they've forced a lot of turnovers in the opposing end. So Avery McMullen gets one right there, right to Ella Ballou. She's going to be able to move forward with it, looking for Avery McMullen back to Avery McMullen, and McMullen's going to try to take a shot. It's blocked nicely there by the South defender. And they'll be able to try to clear it move it forward, but intercepted by Juliet Kane. She'll have an opportunity. She'll take a shot, but that's going to go wide, and we'll get a goal kick.
That was a great pass from Ella Ballou all the way up to McMullen.
Yep.
Just got shut down there by the defender.
The other thing I've noticed too is after they get those interceptions, Lady Broncs are making some smart passes, not turning it over immediately, letting the play build up a little bit around them,
Letting
and then
everyone
capitalizing.
catch up in the area.
Yep. Letting their teammates catch up and then have find the open passes when that happens. Just like this here, we'll see Parker Tridy have the tackle, take a shot there, but it'll get saved by Gabby Cortez once again.
Great footwork, great patience, great shot.
And they'll win another high-pressure tackle once again. Going to try to send it through to Sydney Warnicki. She's going to try to get it out wide, maybe find a cross here. Good ball fake there to try to send one in, and it's actually going to be a shot right at the feet of Cortez. Avery McMullen tried to find the rebound once again, but Cortez hops on it. Again, Cortez has been very active down there in between the pipes. Just like last week, Warland's goalkeeper had to do a lot of work, and Cortez a lot of the same as well. This is a really good goal kick. We'll see if South is able to get in front of it, but we'll get a save here from Koltiska. That was a really good goal kick. I believe that was Willow Koltiska.
It's hard to tell from up here.
Yeah, I think they may have changed once again. They did that last week.
Yeah, Koltiska started playing forward last week at the second half.
See if I can get a number for you here in a second. That might be Sarah Munn down there who made that save. I think it's a 99 on her chest, and that would be Sarah Munn. We'll get a couple substitutes in here. But that would be the...
I didn't bring my glasses today.
Yeah, you don't have your glasses or the Knox, which
Yeah,
is...
right.
You're in trouble.
I'm bringing the Binox next week. You know what? Tomorrow. I'll bring them.
You'll bring the Knox tomorrow. That's a good idea. I got the Knox here. Shout out Bob Grammons. I believe I took these. I'm not kidding. I think with the binoculars I have in my hand, I think I took them off off of his desk 4th of July last year, and they've been sitting in my backpack pretty much ever since.
Shout out Bob Grammons.
Shout out Bob Grammons.
Always keeping us well equipped.
Always
prepared. Ella Ballou coming up for a shot. Just goes wide by a foot. Another shot
for the
goal.
Broncs, yeah.
That's 14 on my count for Sheridan.
That is Sarah Munn in goal, by the way, and able to confirm. So she had the first one-on-one save at the very least for the Lady Broncs here tonight. So Willow Koltiska is playing out there on the forward position, it looks like.
Yeah, right side.
Right side. So we'll see if they continue doing that this year, where Willow Koltiska basically play the first half in between the pipes, and then they'll move her forward and have her play as a winger or a striker in the second half. I guess it'll depend on maybe the score or something like that as well.
Great idea getting some play time for two different keepers.
Absolutely.
Getting them ready for the season.
And then also putting Koltiska into a separate position as well in the forward spot.
That's nothing but a win-win.
More experience, the better for all of these players in those positions. Bob just texted me. He said, now I know where my binoculars are. That's right, Bob. They've been in my backpack.
We're putting them to really good use
They're being used at the very least. At least he knows that. We'll have a free kick here. Big free kick there by Avery McMullen. She almost slotted that back into the back corner. We'll get a corner kick out of it because Cortez knocked it away. Man, when a couple of these players are able to get a running start, they can really put a jet into the ball.
That ball went so far and so fast. It should have had a stewardess on it.
There you go. I told you to use that line before the start of the game because it's great. Corner kick leads to a McMullen right in front, looking for a shot, but Cortez, again, putting her body on the line. She's able to get right on top of it. McMullen unable to finish that one. Cortez is going to have a couple of bruises to show for the effort that she's taken on tonight.
On the ride back, that's got to be a nothing but a big thank you to
Yep.
Cortez from all the players.
Dinner's on
the
them
team.
for Cortez.
Yeah.
Cheyenne South going to have an opportunity here. A through ball, but knocked away by Munn. Good job coming up out of her goalkeeper spot to knock that one away. Sarah Munn. That was a dangerous spot. Both defenders running, one defender running stride for stride with the South attacker. Now Sheridan going to have the opportunity to move forward again. McMullen looking for a pass down field. It's going to be put a little too much on it. And Cortez is able to get the ball, pick it up. She'll have a kick here.
I love when the keepers crouch down and they're ready for that, and they kind of slow everything down, let their defense kind of get back, give them some time, and they kind of watch the player come.
I'm going to say that, yeah, they kind of dare the attacker to kind
Yeah.
of keep moving forward.
It's kind of locked eyes positions there.
You're like, you know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick this up. McMullen's going to have an opportunity here. She's coming forward with it on the right, the far side. She's going to take a shot, and, oh, that one just went wide as well. Cortez was beat, but it just went a little bit past that left post. Mullins had a couple of those opportunities. She could very easily have a hat trick, but sent a couple wide, a couple high as well. Nonetheless, two goals for McMullen, 3-0 lead.
Ella Ballou coming off the field.
So
Lexi Johnson taking her spot.
McMullen also coming off, it looked like, and so did Avery Von Krosick as well. Sydney Warnicki going to win the ball in the attacking area. She's going to take a shot, but knocked away by Cortez, and it's going to drop in. So it went off the top of the palms of Cortez. She didn't put enough on it to send it over the post. And that will be a goal for Sydney Warnicki.
That shot really had some mustard on it for the keeper there to push it up, bump it up, and still make it through.
Yeah. Sydney Warnicki able to power that one right into essentially the hands of Gabby Cortez, but Cortez could not put enough on it to send it over the crossbar. And instead of going over the crossbar, it just goes behind her head and into the back of the net, and Sydney Warnicki will have a goal of her own.
Cortez, obviously, right now, not happy about that one.
Yep.
However, I think she's doing a heck of a job tonight.
I mean, with how many opportunities she's seen, the fact it's not we saw it last week, the fact it's not a higher score right now is
Yeah.
testament to, and she's put her body on the line as well. She's
At my camp, I've got 15
Yeah.
shots from Sheridan.
I thought she was going to come out of that game if she got just blistered by Sydney Warnicki, but stayed in. She's played a pretty good game so far, for the most part. And the ball getting batted around a little bit here in the midfield. Parker Tridy with it, but Cheyenne South going to come away with it. And send it on the deep side, but high pressure again from Sheridan. Going to put South in a tricky situation. And Sheridan is going to win it, but then the kick's going to be a little too heavy. And now we'll battle it through the midfield once again. Want to give a big thank you to McDonald's as well for their sponsorship. Larry Storo Jr. and the staff at McDonald's. I'd like to invite you out before or after these soccer matches here tonight at either of the locations on North Main Street or on Coffeen Avenue. Right now, get a 20-piece chicken McNuggets for just $6, or go with the McValue meal for buy one and add one for $1 more. You can stop by after the game or before the game on North Main, Coffeen Avenue, or McDonald's in Buffalo and Gillette as well.
There was a big cross pass that actually had turned into a shot that just went wide and then behind the net.
So we'll get a goal kick. Was that from Sydney Warnicki, it looked like?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
My brain's going to start connecting amazing chicken nuggets with
Soccer.
Heading home. That just sounds like an easy way, something easy to pick up on the way home, and
Hey,
it just sounds fantastic.
That's the power of marketing, my friend.
I know. I love it.
We're going to have a shot opportunity here for Juliet Kane, but knocked away by Cheyenne South, but hopped on immediately by Sheridan. Once again, Erin Newton had it there. She was looking for one of her teammates. Now sending it forward. Cheyenne South, they're going to have a couple numbers here, but again, good recovery there by Sheridan's defense. That was Anna Tarver who came down Immediately snuffed that one out. And now Cheyenne South going to have an opportunity, but it's going to go out. And Sheridan will have a throw-in. Got about 25 minutes left here in the second half. Sheridan leading 3-0, or 4-0, excuse me. And we'll have another throw-in, this time by South. South will have the throw-in in the attacking area. And the throw-in taken. Again, good interception, good anticipation there by Sheridan. That's Parker Tridy. She's been all over the place here in this game. And a little bit too heavy of a touch there as she was dribbling it down. She had a couple players in front of her. Took too heavy of a touch. But South also doing a lot of that. We'll have a foul against Sheridan, it looks like. Free kick's going to be right at midfield.
This game also brought to you by EBIA Hearing and Sound, First Federal Bank and Trust, Thompson Master Masons, Bank of Sheridan, and the Sheridan Rec District. Thank you to all of our amazing sponsors that help this game and this broadcast be possible. Cheyenne struggling to get the ball really up into Sheridan's zone.
Yeah, they've had a couple opportunities in the attacking area for Sheridan, but Sheridan, again, with the high pressure, really forcing some bad action from South. And because of that, Sheridan able to win the ball back relatively easily. As we'll get a throw in here from Sheridan. This is kind of the danger zone. If you're Sheridan, you don't want to be passing around the back too much because you're kind of inviting that high pressure from South, which can sometimes lead to those quick counterattacks that Sheridan is obviously very good at themselves. As Juliet Kane's going to come forward with the ball here. Pass to Lawson. She's going to send it out wide. Great pass there. Good anticipation there as well. Lexi Johnson going to have it. Going to take a shot and scores! What a shot there.
Was that Koltiska that put that in?
I believe it was Johnson.
Johnson?
I think so. I'm looking for the number here as they celebrate the goal. That was a rocket.
That was a rocket. That was a nice pass. Nice forward movement up there. Move the ball.
That was Willow Koltiska. So out of the goalkeeper spot, and she puts a goal in the back of the net as well. Very well done, Willow Koltiska. You know, why not just have her play forward the whole time?
There we go.
Some more goals on the board.
Good defense is a good offense. Koltiska stopping the shots and placing the shots.
It's not very often you see a goalkeeper also put a goal on the board.
To be that defensive-minded and be able to score goals, that's just amazing.
She smacked that ball, too. That was a laser into the back of the net.
Well placed.
We'll have a couple more subs coming in for Sheridan. As Danny Grooms will come back in. Ella Ballou will come back in, and so will Avery McMullen. 5-0 lead here for the Lady Broncs. Willow Koltiska is going to come off after the goal. Big smile on her face. She's thrilled, obviously. So 22 minutes to go here in this second half. 5-0 lead. Lady Broncs have really exploded here in the second half. 1 goal in the first half, 4 in the second half. Really picked the pace up so far here in this second half, and no pun intended, sped away from South.
Working hard and coming out the field with just tons of smiles. It's great to see.
Yeah.
Just happy players having fun out there.
I mean, so far this year, they're leading everybody else with 14-0, essentially, if you're combining game from last Friday and this Friday. So nothing but success so far for Sheridan. So we'll get a through ball here from South, but nothing doing. And it's going to go out of play for a throw-in for South. That was a mistake there by Mudd. She knew it immediately. Now Sheridan with the ball. They're going to send it out wide. Parker Tridy. Want Krosick out on the far side. She's going to send it back to Tridy. Good one-touch pass to McMullen there by Tarver, I believe, or excuse me, Juliet Kane. but broken up by South. South going to have it. Again, good pressure here by Sheridan. And Sheridan going to win it because of that pressure. Savannah Child with it here, and she passes it over to her midfield companion, Aaron Newton. Now Child will move forward, look for a couple of players. Ballou going to have it here on the left wing. And Ballou's going to kind of slow it down, look for an opening here. Gets a good ball touch there. And going to look for a pass. Parker Tridy's going to have it. She's going to send a shot. And off the crossbar. Wow. Still in the dangerous area for Cheyenne South. We're going to get an offsides call, though, against Sheridan, as Avery McMullen was a little offside on that recovery. That was also a rocket.
That shot was a rocket. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, that was. Whew, looked like a lightning bolt came out of her foot. Off the crossbar as well.
The whole net.
Yeah, the whole thing
moved back.
vibrated.
Wow.
That was awesome. We're going to get a quick stoppage. We have a player down. I believe it's a Sheridan player. It looks like it's a possible cramp. They are stretching, I believe it's McMullen. Stretching Avery McMullen out.
Sun's gone down and muscles get cold out there.
You got to get the pickle juice. You got to get the bananas. You got to get, what was the other one? We talked about it last week.
Mustard?
Could be mustard. Yeah, you're right. That's true. Get the turkey subs.
Mustard packets?
Mustard packets, the turkey subs. Pickle juice. I hate pickle juice. Do you like pickle juice?
Yeah, I love it.
The worst. It's just give me the pickles. I'll eat the pickles.
Kind of like the sweet and spicy pickle juice. Yeah, there we go.
Not a pickle juice person. Just give me the mustard packets, and I'll be like, okay, I can beat this. Just give me the mustard packets. I'll uncramp. Or bananas. But pickle juice, no thank you. McMullen able to run off under her own power. She looks like she's okay. Just a little bit cramping up, obviously. Again, like Schruff said, it's getting a little bit colder. We've been running out there for the last 60 minutes as well.
Everyone in the stands kind of bundling up here.
Yep. Wouldn't be Wyoming weather without the sun going down and it dropping 25 degrees.
Sheridan soccer players something else. They start practicing when there's still snow on the ground. They do half inside, half outside. Really putting in the work.
Yeah. And it's showing here so far. 5-0 lead. Won last game 8-0.
Well, kind of if you combine the boys and girls last week?
Yeah,
last high scoring games.
Yeah. Big victories for both Sheridan teams last weekend. And Sheridan Lady Broncs leading comfortably here in this one as well. Ella Ballou's going to have it. She's going to look for an opening. Good pass. Weighted through ball. And it's going to be Tridy who's going to have an opportunity. Good ball fake, but broken up by South at the last second.
Ball kept in.
Still kept in, yeah, down in the corner. Ballou's going to have it and run away, get away from one defender. Coming up the baseline. Again, nice job getting away from one defender. A pass towards the middle. It bounced off one of the South defenders. Still kind of bounding around a little bit. Now South is going to be able to clear it. And Sheridan will get the ball back, but they'll have to reset here a little bit. Look for a couple openings. Savannah Child's going to hop on top of this one. Pass it back to her center back teammate. And she'll pass it back to Sarah Mudd, the goaltender for Sheridan.
Sheridan doing a full reset there.
Yeah, they brought it all the way back. And the ball coming forward here, but kicked away by Cortez. And now Sheridan, South battling for it in the midfield, but we'll get a foul called against Parker Tridy. Tridy again. She's been we saw it last week from McMullen, and McMullen's been very good here tonight as well. But last week it was kind of the story of the midfield, if you will. And in this game, Parker Tridy has been the commander of that midfield for Sheridan. She's been all over the place in this game.
Putting in good pressure.
Yeah.
Also getting back to cover up.
She's surpassing her step goal, I would imagine. As the free kick being battled for here in the midfield, we have another foul against Sheridan. Again, a little too foul happy, the Sheridan team so far in this game. Again, not a lot to complain about if you're Sheridan, but if there is one thing, still a little too foul happy.
Sometimes that comes with just being plain aggressive.
Yeah, plain aggressive, yeah. You're right. Touche to that.
Some other amazing sponsors that this broadcast is brought to you by is First Northern Bank, One Health, Midway Auto and RV, Branded 307, and Whiteout. 16 minutes and 24 seconds left to play here in the second half.
Again, we have our clock on the screen, but again, it kind of more of just an approximation than anything, because there are a couple stoppages they have to put into play here. So think of it as on our screen we got 12 minutes left, but we got 4 minutes of stoppage time, give or take. As South Sheridan battling for it in the midfield once again. South looking for an opening. Have control of the ball here. Now Sheridan going to come away with it. Ella Ballou's looking for a teammate, but knocked away again by South. It's going to come down to the center back position. Misplayed a little bit by the Sheridan defender. That was Danny Grooms, I think, who misplayed that a little bit. Or Zabrowski, actually, misplayed that a little bit.
I thought Ella Ballou might have been able to keep that in. That was just inches away from being out there.
But with how the throw-ins have gone for South, Sheridan might be okay with the throw-in here. For South, anyways. As this throw-in is going to go towards the attacking side. Avery Von Krosik is going to have it, but we'll get a stoppage. We got a push, it looked like. And we'll get I think a free kick for South. Yeah, we'll have a free kick for South at, based on where the football field markings are, at about the 24-yard line, give or take, way on the out-of-bounds markers. About 15 minutes to go here in this second half. Again, Sheridan leading 5-0. And the free kick taken. It's going to come short, kind of scooped up into the air by Juliet Kane, excuse me. South still has control of it, but shot taken, it goes wide. Not a very hard shot. Sheridan's going to have a bunch of subs come in here. Cindy Warnicki will come off for Koltiska. Willa Koltiska. Danny Grooms will come back in as well. Avery Von Krosik will come back in as well. I thought she was already in, but she was not already in. So, a couple subs there for Sheridan.
That kick that we saw, we haven't seen many set pieces or set plays and opportunities from Cheyenne. But
yeah, they've had a couple corners, but free kicks in the attacking zone we have not seen very many of, if any. So we're going to stop it. It's going to be another throw-in here for South. Ella Ballou was going to try to hijack the throw-in, but none taken there. As it's scooped up in the air once again. And it's going to go out of play after a collision. Good sportsmanship being shown there by both players. We'll get a goal kick for Sheridan as well. 13 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in this second half. Again, 5-0 lead for Sheridan. Kind of exploded here in the second half. Got 4 goals in the second half, 1 in the first. They got 2 from Avery McMullen, 1 from Willow Koltiska, 1 from Juliet Kane, and 1 from Sydney Warnicki. That is the extent of the scoring here so far for Sheridan. Avery McMullen in her last game as well. As they're moving forward, the Lady Broncs moving forward with a little bit of attack here. Ball bouncing up and down. But South going to be able to corral it and get out of there. McMullen in the last game, she had 2 goals as well. Sydney Warnicki had a hat trick with 2 assists. Kane had 2 goals of her own. And Tridy actually had a goal in last Friday's game as well. So a lot of the same. Willa Koltiska looked like is the only different goal scorer here. We're going to have a possible corner or a cross opportunity. It's going to be sent right to the middle, but cleared away at the last second by South defensively.
Good job by South at just getting that ball out of there. We had 2 players ready just to
pounce on it.
Pounce on that.
A lot like hockey. If it's in the middle and you're playing defense, it's in a bad spot.
Hey, get it off to the side.
Get it off to the side. Avery McMullen going to come back in, and I believe Faith Hetzer is going to come in as well for Sheridan. A couple of subs.
12 minutes left on the official clock. And a good time to shout out to some of our amazing sponsors like Best Real Estate, Sheridan Wireless Sports Cards, and A+ Plumbers.
South going to have a little bit of a big through ball there, but again, good defense being played by Sheridan. It's going to go out in the attacking area for South with a throw-in coming. Again, South has not been incredibly effective with the throw-ins, but again, that's been a lot of the high pressure from Sheridan, kind of coaxing out those throw-ins and allowing Sheridan to get into the proper positions. McMullen's going to have an opportunity here. Good pass, but it gets just past the winger for Sheridan. I believe that was Faith Hetzer, who had the opportunity there, but just a little too strong off of McMullen's foot. It goes past her. That would have been a through ball that had at the very least goal or assist written all over it.
Avery McMullen putting that header on there and pushing that ball right back. Avery having lots of nice headers this whole game.
Been the commander of the football, if you will, here in this game. And she'll try to send another through ball here, but it's going to go right at the feet of Cortez, and Cortez is just going to pick it up. As we'll hit about the 10-minute mark once this ball comes off of her foot. Again, a nice goal kick there. But Sheridan, again, misplayed that time from Danny Groom. She's had a couple of those that have kind of come off of her foot incorrectly and led it to kind of almost a through ball for South, for the South attack, but saved nicely by goalkeeper for Sheridan.
Sarah Munn putting that one
thank you.
Out of bounds safely, getting that out of the area. I almost said mud.
I almost did too. That's why I looked.
I had hockey in the brain still.
Sheridan coming forward with a nice through ball. We're going to have one running down the left side, looking for a shot opportunity, but it's sent high, and it'll be out of play for a goal kick for Cheyenne South.
I believe that was Avery Koltiska coming up the right side.
Willow Koltiska, I think so.
Yeah, sorry, Willow Koltiska.
Yeah, that was Willow Koltiska there, trying to put another shot on, trying to get her second goal of the night. She had Faith Hetzer running down the middle of the field as well, but sent just a little high. And South will have the goal kick. 9 minutes to go now. Sheridan trying to just wrap this one up cleanly. The only thing they're really worried about, I mean, they'd love to have another goal, obviously, but the main objective here now is to try to keep this clean sheet, as a through ball attempt here from South will be snuffed out by Sheridan, and Munn will come up and just kick it to one of her center backs, and they'll try to move it forward once again. Just bounding around. Good pressure here from South, but again, good recovery. That time by, I believe that was Lily Kessner who had that one. Or excuse me, that was Madsen Phillips who had it.
Sheridan boys and girls having a clean sheet last week.
Both clean sheets last week, and Sheridan, Lady Broncs at least, looking to follow that up here tonight. Again, they'll play tomorrow. That one kicks off at noon. We'll be back at Sheridan High School for that one.
Might be playing in the rain. We'll see.
Yeah, a little soccer in the rain, you know. As long as there's no thunderstorms, they'll play it in the rain.
Back when that field was muddy, that used to be the best.
I was going to say, it'll be a lot nicer with the turf.
You know, the mud was fun.
That's true. Actually, soccer on turf has never been my cup of tea.
Yeah.
It's a better sport to be played on the grass, in my opinion.
It's much more level now, though. It's like a really flat surface.
That's a good point. You're not hitting the bumps. So it's a lot easier to follow up where the ball's going if you know what the bumps to expect on the ground. Cortez going to kick this one away, high into the air. These are always kind of the awkward ones as it kind of bounds around in front of the Sheridan defender. South going to try to come away with it, but again, good recovery defense from Sheridan as they try to just get it out of their own area. Do so effectively back into the midfield. South going to have it now, though. Coming forward. Looking for a couple of players. Lawson Quist with it. She's been player with the best dribbling skills we've seen from the South team, I'd say, so far.
Amazing footwork.
Yeah, she's a pretty solid player.
We got Lexi Johnston on the sidelines waiting to come in.
Willow Koltiska with the ball there on the right wing as she tried to come forward looking for one of her teammates, but it's going to go out of play. But it will be a throw-in for Sheridan. 6.5 minutes to go here in the second half. Sheridan tomorrow will be taking on Laramie. Willow Koltiska going to come out here for Lexi Johnson.
Top effort from Koltiska again this game.
Yeah. Goalkeeper has a goal as well out of the right wing spot. After the halfway point, she came out and was a forward. She scored her own goal. Did you guys have when you were playing, was there were there always constant subs? Was that something that was allowed? Or was it like the 3-sub rule that you see in higher levels?
I was there over 1,000 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I think you had to be called off. Not called off, but you had subs similar to this.
But I mean, like, was there a limit to how many subs you could have in a game?
I don't think so.
Okay, so similar to how they do it now as well here. Probably the same thing. But I know, obviously, in higher level competition, obviously, the higher you get, it's a lot more
limited.
Yeah, you get, I think, depending on the league you're looking at, but in, like, the English Premier League, I think they have 5 subs total that they're allowed to use throughout the entire game.
That'd be tough.
Yeah.
That would be tough to manage.
Oh, you got to have the stamina, you know? As a through ball sent in here from South. But Sheridan, a good job defensively again to pounce on it. They're going to let it roll out for a goal kick for Sheridan. Sarah Munn going to have it here. Again, big thank you to Coleman Hanchett as well, sitting to our left, doing a good job on the camera work. If you're watching the video, it's all thanks to him and Steven Schreffler as we give a good through ball here, an opportunity to try to get a goal on, but good defensive play by that South defender there to run down that ball.
Who continues to put her arms out to slow down the play. That's real smart. And never have I ever connected a Lord of the Rings comment to soccer.
What are you connecting it to? I'm trying
when
to
I said I was there over 1,000 years ago.
Oh. Nice one, dude. Who says that in the? Is it Gandalf?
One of the elves.
Attack here, but broken up by, man, if that would have been a goal, that would have been, we would have wanted to strike that from Middle Earth because it would have been terrible. Us in the middle of talking about Gandalf.
I blame the chicken nuggets. My brain is on chicken nuggets.
We're on to food now.
Yep.
We have a corner coming. That was Faith Hetzer who had the opportunity there, but again, good defense there by South to knock it away. About 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in this second half. As the cross comes in, Sheridan with an opportunity, but again, cleared nicely by South. At the very least, South's set pieces defensively have been pretty solid in this game.
They continue to mark up on their person and really stay close to those Sheridan players.
Yeah, with the amount of corners Sheridan has had, it's been very nicely done for South to get rid of clear those attempts without any danger done. As Parker Tridy's going to have it, she's going to look for one of her teammates, but gives it away in the midfield. But again, South gives it away again in the midfield. She's going to take a shot.
Two players collide.
Yeah, 2 players go down, but they're all right. They get up and run to their respective positions. I believe that was Sydney Zabrowski, who's actually out on the right wing now, who took that shot. And Sheridan playing pretty good defense here. Going to send it out. It'll be a throw-in for South. Under 3 minutes to go here in this second half. 5-0 lead for Sheridan. Sheridan going to break up the throw-in. And then Sheridan will have the ball back, actually. Now the throw-in here by Sheridan. They keep control of the ball. It's going to go out wide. Looking for a couple of teammates. kind of just playing keep away right now as Avery Von Krosik's going to try to run this one down. It's going to go out of play, I think. Yeah, it'll go out of play. And it'll be Sheridan's ball. Sheridan's throw in on the far corner in the defensive area. We will get a stoppage as Avery Von Krosik was trying to sneak up a little bit on the line. Get a closer throw in, but nothing doing. Referee stopped it in its tracks.
And if you're Sheridan right now, you're just slowing things down.
Yep. Again, just kind of running clock, if you will.
Keeping that clean sheet in mind.
Again, we got about a minute left here in this second half. Sheridan looking to start off the season with 2 clean sheets. 2 victories and 2 clean sheets. That'd be a great way to start their season. Maybe another opportunity to put one in the net here as they have a couple moving forward, but a through ball attempt that just goes too far. Gabby Cortez is going to be able to get on top of it. And she'll reset. And I see the Sheridan Lady Bronc coach telling everybody, get back. No reason to be pushing this far up forward. Got about a minute, less than a minute to go. Would be a terrible time to let one in with the clean sheet in hand. 40 seconds to go now as that one goes out of play. It'll be a South throw-in. Throw-in taken. 30 seconds now. South with control of it. They're in the attacking area. Basically going to bring everybody forward, apart from 3 defensive backs. Everybody else going to come forward. Good defense in the attacking area being done by Ella Ballou. And now she's going to get control of it. Come forward with a possibility. Maybe a shot going to have an opportunity here. 15 seconds. She's going to keep coming forward, but defense nicely played by South. Laying it off, though. Sheridan comes back with it. Parker Tridy's going to have an opportunity. She's going to take a shot, but not enough power on it. Goes right to the hands of Cortez. And that is going to be how this one ends. Sheridan with a big-time victory, 2nd in a row, as they win 5-0 over Cheyenne South and head into tomorrow's matchup against Laramie, 2-0 on the season. We will have that one for you here as well. Big thank you to Bighorn for letting us come down and obviously cover this game and allowing the Lady Broncs to come down and play tonight on Bighorn's Field. Big thank you to Camco Federal Credit Union, Range, and McDonald's as well. Those chicken nuggets sound mighty delicious right about now. And a big thank you to the rest of our sponsors as well. We'll be back again tomorrow, kickoff at noon with Sheridan Lady Broncs taking on Laramie. Keep it right here at SheridanMedia.com, Sheridan Media Facebook page, and the Sheridan Media YouTube channels. I've been James Timberlake. It's been Steven Schreffler, Coleman Hanchett on the camera. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
See ya.